Wayne Mardle, one of the most well-known, well-liked people within darts, should be a world champion, and the fact that he isn't is completely down to himself. Cast your mind back to 2008. Wayne Mardle had just come from 3-0 down to dump Phil Taylor out of the World Championship, the first time ever he had gone out of a World Championship earlier than the semi-final stage. And this meant more to Mardle because he had lost 2 times previously in the World Championship semi-finals to Phil Taylor, so to put him out of the World Championship in an already open field would have meant so much to him. After that win against Phil Taylor, Mardle was rightfully made tournament favourite, the favourite to become 2008 World Champion, and a semi-final tie against Kirk Shepherd, a complete outsider, a last gasp qualifier for the World Championship. So what could go wrong? What could seriously go that wrong that Wayne Mardle would lose to Kirk Shepherd? It was things like this: 1-4-2 left, hitting a 140 to leave double one, 65 checkout, bullseye first start, 11 for double two, which he missed. And since that loss, Mardle has done plenty of interviews where he's admitted that his mindset going into the game was absolutely terrible. He just beaten Phil Taylor. That was his final. He went into this game, underestimated Shepherd. He said that he would just blow him away. He had no conviction, and I think early doors he just sort of didn't have that mentality, and his mindset was completely shot early doors. The tournament ended with John Part beating Kirk Shepherd in that final, but John Part was the 11th seed coming into this tournament. This was a shock. As well as John Part is a brilliant player, 2-time world champion before this was a shock and a real chance for someone like Mardle to become world champion. But the idea of beating Phil Taylor, the best player ever in a world championship, 24 hours later losing to the player who was ranked 142nd coming into the world championship. Mardle peaked in that quarterfinal, and he said it plenty of times, but what could have been for Wayne Mardle? You know, 2 years later, he played his final ever World Championship game. Obviously had illness in there, had plenty of problems, but, you know, 2 years later, he was never playing a game of professional darts again. But he should have been world champion in 2008. Mental.